thinking of that. Again, now we are seeing now the political class is becoming more threatened, and now they are organizing themselves. And this coalition that these people are trying that they are going to organize is to protect them, because whether the opposition, whether maybe the government, these people are benefiting from this injustice. And when what are they going to address? What are they going to address? Because the issue that is ailing us seriously here in Kenya is about corruption and disregard of the rule of law. So the constitutionalism is what we are crying for, that we want to be implemented, to be followed strictly. But what are they addressing? They are addressing of how they are going to get powers and dish out the government ministry among themselves to benefit, and they will be continuing to do the business. We already becoming, it is becoming open that indeed Kenya does not have any serious debt as they allege. These debts are just created for us because they know quite well that quite a number of Kenyans do not follow things and do not probably understand the finances and how things work. But it is becoming now clear to everyone. So what we want really to be addressed is this debt issue. We want to know the real figures of debt of Kenya and what have we been paying for, because this is where we are getting a problem, and this is where they are using it to loot us, to enrich themselves. We know that there was a report about the Pandora box. These things began from 1963. If the constitution stipulates how money should be borrowed and used, we want to know this. And we have a very qualified office of the Auditor General. She's able to do all this, because when we look at the auditing that she has been doing, there's a lot of credibility of that. But nobody from the executive is able to implement the proposals of the Auditor General. And this begins way back from Ouko. And we saw even Kenyatta, when the audit revealed a lot of things. Mr. Kenyatta was very harsh in State House because they all benefited from this. So probably the person who did not steal money from Kenya and probably hid them somewhere else could be Kibaki. But all these people have stolen money and they are hiding them outside. And they know very well, because we know very well that Ruto has borrowed 1.2 trillion, which is just 1 year. And according to the auditor report, this much of the borrowing he did without even seeking the authorization from Parliament and even from the advice from the Attorney General. So which means the borrowing or the loans that he took does not belong to us as the taxpayers. We should not pay that. He should pay it, because money, nothing it has done. And we know very well that according to the Constitution, when we borrow, that money should just be used for the development. We should not use it for the recurrence expenses. So we know since this guy took over the power, it's 1 year, there is no roads. There are no roads being built. There is any mega project going on. Why was he doing this borrowing? And where is this? So these are the things that we have, that the kind of the government of national unity they are trying to.
Alpha, are you there, General Alpha?
I can hear you, yes.
Are you done with the submission?
Let me wind up by just 2 minutes, then I finish. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, but your words are breaking into two. I think your network has issues.
Okay, that is a problem. So I'm really saying that the protests should continue every day. It should not be, maybe we give them chance, because when we give Ruto chance, he strategizes and he gets that time to abduct people. Let us be in the street every day so that we deny him the revenues that he can use. And he will go home because he's cornered. Even if you look at over 80% of Kenyans are not supporting him, are not even supporting the coalition kind of a government that he wants to form with opposition. So it means that when we stay in the street every day, in the next coming 2 weeks, Ruto will go home with all his people. And this is what we should do. And beginning, I said that the lawyers who are here who can help us, please, they should file a case in a high court for emergency to bar the police who are not in school, who are not in their uniforms, to arrest the protesters, because they are using these people to abduct people, to kill people, because these policemen, some of them are hooded. Why are they hooded if they are policemen? Why are they hooded? Why do they wear a mask? Why are they masked? You know? So they should now be barred so that the protesters should not be arrested by anybody who is hooded or masked or who is not in full police uniform. That is my request, and I think that is the end of my submission. Thank you very much.
Geoffrey,
Yes, yes, thank
General Alpha, I think you have to fix your internet because I'm even struggling to get what you're saying because I have to piece it together.
He's done.
It's Geoffrey and then David, then Engineer, then Caroline. We're doing 3 minutes, so make better use of it. Geoffrey?
Okay, good evening, members. Are you getting me?
Yes, go ahead.
Uh, First of all, I want to say to give condolences to those people who have lost their lives, their families that have lost their loved ones. And secondly, I want to say that we are nearing there. The fight is there. We have to fight. You see, when you are about to achieve something, that's when it gets too tough. So let's get tough and let's get going. In fact, to me, I could suggest that this demonstration should be every day. Reason being, when we give them a day to rest, they already have our plans in mind. Like today, you saw police, the way police were everywhere. You go to Uhuru Park, you will find that you can't gain entry there. So it gives them time to plan. But if we do it every day, from morning, evening, they don't have time to plan. Tomorrow we are there, they will get confused. Secondly, you see what has happened. These people, we thought Raila was a good man, but you see what has happened. It means that everyone can betray us, even including in here. I know they are spies. They already pick what we are talking and they plan ahead of us. So please, there are sensitive information that we should not even reveal here because it will ruin our plans. But we should strategize on how we can do things so that we always be a step ahead. Now, like we were talking of occupying Uhuru Park, you saw they planned. These people, they come here, they listen to what we talk, and then they are there. Thirdly, I think apart from even demonstrations, there are other ways we can also try to destabilize the smooth running of the government institutions. For example, I know as Kenyans, we are IT experts. Personally, I am an IT expert, and I know Kenyans have enough knowledge. They love technology. If we can get a way, we have ethical hackers let me use ethical in this suggestion, but we have hackers who can even hack government institutions so that we destabilize them so that they can feel the heat by destabilizing most of the things. We go to Huduma Center, go to KRA, destabilize those things. It will make them feel like, okay, the pressure is enough now. Because our goal is like, we don't want the government, not only Ruto, we don't want the government. We want the government to be resolved so that we start fresh. We see, we scrutinize all those parastatals, all those institutions, so that by the end of the story, by the end of our journey now, we could find that tumefikia mahali kwamba it's a corruption free country. Ukiona Kenya now is becoming a reference point to most of other countries, including outside Africa. This is a good example. I am very happy because of this. And if we leave it here, it will be like we have been defeated, and now it will be worse. Because what again, ukiona sasa Raila ameingia ndani, au wezi wataingia, wataenda sasa ndio watatupora kabisa. You see, the finance bill was dropped, but in real sense, it was not dropped. If you check well, they have started increasing those things that they said they were dropped in the finance bill. They knew what they were doing. We have not even seen the gazettement of the finance bill. I don't know whether it was there, but I haven't seen one. So those people have plans. Like now, again, something that I don't know. What does the Constitution say about the reappointment of those dismissed ministers? Because I saw somewhere that if a minister is dismissed, it means that they have got a ground that they are not worthy holding the office, meaning that they cannot be reappointed back. But according to the fununu kidogo, it's as if they might even return those other ministers back. Like now, umeanza kuona they are sponsoring people, these opinion polls, to rank them so that ndio waone kumbe watu wanawaamini. It's not us.